The number 9 Kentucky Wildcats come back to Lexington, Kentucky, licking their wounds after a tough rivalry loss against the Louisville Cardinals on Tuesday night. They'll try to get right as they welcome in the Panthers of Eastern Illinois. Good evening, everybody. Welcome courtside here at Rupp Arena alongside former Cats guard Ravi Moss. I'm Andrew Kappas. And Ravi, it was an up-and-down game on Tuesday night. The Cats were down by as many as 20 in the second half. Denzel Aberdeen, though, he got it done.
He definitely got it done. In a game that lacked no offense for sure, Denzel Aberdeen shined pretty bright. He led with a team-high 26 and career-high 26 points, and he did it in a plethora of ways, dropping bombs from deep and also getting to the basket, finishing in tough transitions. He really did everything that he could to keep the Cats in the game and keep it close. Ultimately, they fell short, but Aberdeen put forth a Herculean effort.
He is going to slide into that point guard role yet again tonight. The big news hitting before the game today, Jalen Lowe is out tonight. He re-aggravated that shoulder injury on yesterday during practice. Mark Pope not ready to speak about beyond tonight, but ruled him out tonight. Trent Noah available, though, so the Cats do get a little healthier in that regard. He was available on Tuesday against Louisville, but did not play, so should see him here tonight, though. Cats are in white, Eastern Illinois in blue. They go inside early, and Mo Dioubate loose for a dunk.
Great execution on that play. Pope drew up a fantastic screen on the ball, screen down low, and Oweh hits Mo for a big dunk to start off the game.
Eastern Illinois without 2 of their 3 leading scorers. They have a Kentucky native, no stranger to this building. It's number 3, Michi White, who played at Male High School in Louisville, won a couple of 7th region championships there for Male, so he's played in the KHSAA Sweet 16 here at Rupp Arena. Loose ball picked up by Eastern Illinois. A late shot hits the front of the rim. No good. Chandler, the rebound, cleaning up Jacoby's miss. Chandler in transition. They kick it out around to Aberdeen. Aberdeen to the free throw line. Now Dioubate wanting to go back inside. Mo got bumped, and he did the bumping. Offensive foul, going to go back to Eastern Illinois.
Offensive foul. Mo being awfully aggressive. Good to see. Mo Dioubate being very aggressive. Good to see. Struggled a bit against Louisville on Tuesday night.
Well, you and I talked about this pretty much all day. It's no surprise Kentucky going inside early, right?
They have such a height advantage over Eastern Illinois. I believe Eastern Illinois' tallest player is 6'7". Kentucky has a very, very significant height advantage, and they're going to continue to exploit that throughout the night.
Dioubate working on Jacoby there, the aforementioned 6'7" big man for Eastern Illinois. Transferred in from Toledo. He was with the Rockets when they won a couple of MAC championships in the regular seasons. A very successful, one of the most successful, in fact, mid-major programs here in the last decade or so.
Coach Marty Simmons is really going to lean on Jacoby today. If they're going to stay close, he's going to have a really big game.
Here's Michi White, the Louisville native, lost the handle, got it back, and lays it in.
No stranger to Rupp Arena. Michi makes his presence felt early, getting to the cup. Nice layup for the young fella.
Similar starting 5 for the Cats when they were without Jalen Lowe, who didn't start a game while he was healthy, as the 3 from Oweh off the mark. Quick rebound by Garrison. He's going to go right back up with it after backing his man down. An easy lay-in for Garrison.
That's the size advantage that Kentucky's going to continue to take advantage of and exploit. Garrison gets an offensive rebound, easily puts it back up over the smaller Eastern Illinois, and you see a turnover by Michi White there.
White throws it away, is looking on Marty Simmons, his 5th year as the head coach of Eastern Illinois. What a joy he was to talk to. He played in this building a couple of times with the Indiana Hoosiers, where he spent his freshman and sophomore seasons in the early 80s before transferring to Evansville, where he both played and then was later a head coach as well. But he is well-traveled, was an assistant at Clemson after he was a head coach at Evansville. As Oweh drives inside, his layup too strong. Garrison cleans it up. The putback is in. But they're going to credit the basket to Oweh, a goaltend
call
on Eastern Illinois.
Goaltend call. Marty Simmons, what a treasure. You know, shoot around today, great stories, great energy. He knows that he's up against a tough battle against a Kentucky team where he's missing 2 of his starters. Maybe a bit overmatched here, but he wants these guys to come out and fight and do the best they can tonight.
Now, he was so fun to talk to. We'll get into that throughout the night. But he met Adolph Rupp when he was in 5th grade. I don't want to age him or anything, but he met Adolph Rupp when he was in 5th grade. He was so appreciative of the history and the lore here in Lexington. Such a fun conversation. As here's a 3 on the way from White, a little bit off the mark. Oweh a rebound.
Good set there by Eastern Illinois, though. Got an open shot from Michi. Kentucky didn't talk completely on the screens. Got an open look there.
Dioubate down low. The and one is good, and he'll go to the line. late rotation there, and Dioubate took advantage.
Definitely. Got the ball off the screen and roll. Good cut to the basket. Michi White looked like he was there underneath the restricted area. Got the charge call. Got the block called.
Mark Pope in his second season at his alma mater, of course the team captain on the 1996 National Championship team. How about this? Cats are 10-2 following a loss for Mark Pope. Did not happen often last year, obviously. Dioubate to the free throw line. His first and one opportunity is no good. That is a spot that he has struggled with at times this year. 5 of 9 now on the year at the charity stripe. Jacoby loose for 3 in the corner. A bounce, another bounce, but no good. Aberdeen rebound. Cats out in transition, thrown away though. Stolen away by Elder. JT Elder in his first game of the year for Eastern Illinois leaves his layup short. Aberdeen has a 4-on-1. Lobs it for Garrison and a dunk.
Aberdeen's going to have to do a lot of that with Lowe out, pushing the ball up. Had a great advantage. They're 4-on-1. That's an easy dunk. Easy decision for Aberdeen. Great decision for Aberdeen. Get the big fella involved.
Malik Oweh, the redshirt sophomore from UMKC, Michigan native originally, handling the ball for Eastern Illinois, at least at the point guard duties right now. But driving inside, cut off is Johnson. His shot rolls around, no good. Oweh's got his second rebound. Curious to see, Ravi, the ball handling assignments, because head coach Mark Pope indicated we might see a variety of guys run the point tonight. It's not just going to be Aberdeen and this man, Colin Chandler.
No, he's going to try to get in Jasper Johnson. Talk to Coach. Oh, good turnaround basket there by Brandon Garrison. He's really exploiting the mismatch. But talked to Coach earlier after shoot around. Jasper Johnson's had 2 good days of practice. Really looking forward to seeing him run the point and try to run the team.
Timeout Eastern Illinois. Kentucky leading 12-2. Brandon Garrison off to a hot start, Robbie.
Brandon Garrison using his size. He sees the mismatch. He's going to have it all night. Takes his time. Over the top, gets the dunk. Back to the basket move. Oh, no, it's over the block.
Out to a 10-point lead. It's been a mixed bag so far for Kentucky. Colin Chandler setting the world ablaze with that poster dunk against Nichols, and then they dropped 107 points on Valparaiso before going off to Louisville. The earliest, that, at least in my lifetime, Ravi, that rivalry game has been played, and a bit of an interesting game Tuesday night. They trailed by as many as 18 in the first half before cutting it to 5 right before the break. Then they trailed by 20 with 12 and a half minutes to go, and only about 8 game minutes later, it was a 4-point game. You talk about a tale of just seesaw battles.
It was up and down, back and forth. It was a great battle. Louisville came out a little bit more aggressive, more assertive, played with greater force in Kentucky, and they were able to get those leads and build those leads. We have to commend the Wildcats. They fought back hard twice. Coming back from 20 in the second half is not easy to do. Had it down to 4 with some free throws that could have cut it to 2, and just ultimately didn't get it done. But a lot of fight from the Wildcats up and down season. Again, listen, it's just game number 4 in this early basketball season.
Yeah, Coach Pope speaking at shoot-around today. He wanted to improve the focus in transition defense tonight because he felt like Louisville was able to get to the spots that they wanted to, especially around the arc early, and that was maybe a bit disappointing and a bit surprised as a wild shot here to beat the shot clock from the Louisville native White, in and out.
Yeah, Eastern Illinois is really going to have to set really solid screens if they want to get open shots, open looks. Here's an open look for Jasper Johnson there, knocks it down. Great skip pass from Colin Chandler.
Jasper Johnson making his presence felt. He's going to get some run at point guard tonight. A guy that didn't play a lot against Louisville, but he can earn some minutes here tonight, trying to fill in for Jalen Lowe. Three-pointer on the way for Eastern Illinois, knocked down by JT Elder, making his season debut, the JUCO transfer from Arizona Western College.
Good to see JT Elder get off to a solid start. His first game of the season, like he said. Coach Simmons doesn't know exactly what he's going to get, but I'm sure he's happy with that.
Malachi Moreno, a point-blank shot attempt, couldn't quite muscle it in, and Eastern Illinois comes away with the rebound. Blackwell handling the ball handling duties right now. Stepping into a 3 is Austin, and he rattles it home.
Eastern Illinois has not shot the ball well this year, especially from deep. They're coming out knocking down 2 threes, something that Kentucky may not have been ready for or expected.
Without 2 of their 3 leading scorers, Dioubate Wide open down low, and he's going to go up and in with the left hand, and he's off to a nice start, just like Garrison. Dioubate 3 for 3.
Again, the physicality of Kentucky's front line is just something that's going to dominate Eastern Illinois for most of the night. They're going to need to continue to make three-point shots if they want to stay in the game and keep it close. It
just seems like down low, that shot on the low block, it's going to be there if they want it.
If they want it.
Another three-pointer, though, rained in. It's JT Elder.
JT Elder in his first game of the season, making his presence felt.
Averaged 11 points per game at the JUCO level last year. Started his collegiate career at San Jose State. But how about that little roll to the basket by Malachi Moreno? Can't lay it in, but he's fouled, and he'll go to the line for 2. But tonight, Ravi, if Eastern Illinois is going to stay in this game, they have to make a few of these.
They have to make threes, and it's good to see a couple go down. JT Elder's made 2 now at this point, feeling good in Rub Arena. His first game of the season, like we said, Coach Simmons has to be happy with what he's seeing from JT Elder.
Elder, a redshirt junior from Tucson, Arizona, was with San Jose State in 2022-23, his freshman season, as Moreno misses the first free throw. Now, if you want to pick one spot in Moreno's game this year that the Cats would like to see improvement, it's probably right here at the charity stripe. After that miss, Moreno now 5 of 13, but he's done just about everything else great.
His impact this year is phenomenal. A lot of people thought he was going to be a project, 2 to 3 year project. Moreno is coming in as a freshman 3 games in and made himself a solid staple in this rotation for the Kentucky Wildcats.
Big round of applause for Trent Noah, who is back in. He only played 9 minutes in the opener against Nichols when he hurt his ankle falling out of bounds here on this left side of the floor that the Cats are going on right now, and missed the Valparaiso game. Was healthy for Louisville but did not play. Here he is trying to fight through a screen. Jasper, give and go with Malachi. Moreno lays it off the glass and in.
It's great action. Freshman to freshman there. Jasper Johnson coming off the screen. Malachi rolling and finishing over the smaller Eastern Illinois defender.
Yeah, it's a small sample size, but it seems like the 2 freshmen for Kentucky have a lot of really good chemistry together.
They're on the white team together in practice, so they play a lot together. This is the white lineup that you see on the court right now. And the chemistry that they've built is pretty solid.
Noah wanted a 3 in transition. Instead, he'll back it out to Jasper Johnson, who's looking for his second. That one a little long, though. And now Blackwell out in front of the defense to the glass and in.
That's a freshman mistake by Jasper Johnson. He shot the 3, and he followed, but at that point in time, he's supposed to be back and prevent that run out. Good job by Eastern Illinois seeing the opportunity and getting the break.
Andrea Jelavic lines up a triple from the wing.
This is a game where Jelavic can really make his presence felt. He's a great stretch 4, can really shoot the ball, as we already know. But this will be a comfort zone game for him, somewhere where he can get going. Also the same for Trent Noah.
Blackwell to the rack. Trent Noah altered that shot. Moreno gets the rebound. Cats want to run. Jasper Johnson with his head up, looking for Jelavic down low. Jelavic with 2 defenders on him, looking for the open man. Skip pass to Cam Williams, who is in. Give and go from Moreno. Kicks it out. Noah for 3. Yes!
That is ball movement at its finest. The ball didn't stick, went from one side of the court to the other. We cut, we moved, Kentucky cut, moved, found the open 3 in the corner. Very well executed play.
Austin a 3, trying for his second. He's now 1 of 2, and Jelavic a rebound. Here's Jasper Johnson getting a run at point guard. Kicks it out to Jelavic. He's going for his second. A little bit long. And the rebound cleaned up, but a whistle and a holding foul is going to go against Eastern Illinois when we come back. 11:43 to play in this first half. Cats are ahead 25-13. They're shooting 73% from the floor here on SECN+. By a dozen on Eastern Illinois. And Ravi, how about the ball movement on that last triple by Trent Noah?
Outstanding offense here by Kentucky. What you see, starts off with the cut. Trent Noah cuts, drives the attention. Jelavic skips it across, drop down to Moreno. Another cut by Cam Williams leads to the wide open 3-pointer. It's basketball movement, it's personnel movement. Bodies moving, ball moving, getting the defense going from side to side. It equals a wide open 3-point shot. Kentucky can knock down 3-point shots. That's why they're shooting the percentage that they are.
And we've heard so much about how some of the, at least a lot of the threes, according to the coaching staff, that Kentucky has missed this year has been outside of structure. That right there looked very much in structure, as the Cats knew where everybody was. Cam Williams, an unselfish pass to make that last one to find Noah.
It's the one more pass. Cam Williams could have shot that. The one more to the corner. Noah's in rhythm because he just came off a cut. It's actually beautiful basketball the way that Mark Pope wants the offense run.
Coach Pope said something really interesting about Cam Williams today in shoot-around. He said it wasn't the second half performance on the court that impressed him the most. It was the way he handled not playing in the first that he loved. As Jelavic dials up another three, it's no good. Batted back, Williams will save it to Jasper Johnson. 8 to shoot. Noah, another three. No good. Moreno cleans it up. His putback not there. And Eastern Illinois comes away with it. Jacoby has it.
Good fight there by Eastern Illinois to get that off the defensive rebound and push it down the court. But going back to Cam Williams, like Coach Pope said, just shows his character. Coming over here, he probably wanted to start coming from Tulane. Didn't play in the first half, didn't pout, didn't sulk, came out in the second half and played great. Speaks a lot to how smart, how intelligent and emotionally intelligent Cam Williams is.
He was top 3 for the Cats in rebounding. He only played a dozen minutes as Jelavic cleans up that miss. Jasper Johnson, extended run at point guard. Noah thought about the transition three, passed it up. Cats will hold it out. Johnson, skip pass is stolen. Blackwell with it. Blackwell, 2 on 3, so he'll hit the brakes.
That's a tough one-handed pass by Jasper Johnson. Very capable of making the pass, just a lot harder to do. Probably want to come to jump stop there, two-hand pass it out.
Jacoby working on Jelavic, has it taken away, saved by Noah, but all the way out to Blackwell, who will take a long three, and it misses. Rebound to Jasper Johnson. Cats pushing, but if it's not there, they'll pull it back out to the trailing point guard. Down low, Moreno through some contact, can't finish the slam, but he'll go to the free throw line. Headed to the charity stripe for 2, a little slow to get up, but looks like he's okay.
He's okay. Really good look again by Jasper Johnson. Malachi, Moreno, and Jasper Johnson are really establishing a great connection. He sees him on the slip after the screen. Malachi is strong and strong enough to finish there.
And that slip, is that little roll that he did to the basket where Jasper kind of freed up some space for him to find that pass?
Exactly. Jasper comes off the screen. Malachi makes himself available for the pass. That's an important thing for bigs, to make sure they make themselves available. Jasper Johnson is so shifty. He's going to demand the two guys coming off the screen pay attention to him. That slip is going to be open for Moreno, and it's going to be open all night. So
because they have to respect that floater from the elbow is in Jasper Johnson's bag too.
Jasper Johnson's arsenal is tough off of the dribble. He can really pat the rock, and off of a screen, he's especially dangerous. So Eastern Illinois understands that. Malachi Moreno is really going to benefit from that type of attention that Jasper Johnson demands.
Moreno missed his first 2 free throws, but he makes both of those here. And it's 27-13 Kentucky. Cats have out-rebounded the Panthers 16-4 so far. JT Elder to Jacoby. Elder has been the hot hand, but they're having a hard time finding him right now. Blackwell. Jacoby, top of the key, but he'll swing it around Elder. He'll drive baseline, but the much bigger Garrison on him. Jacoby splits 2 defenders. An awkward-looking floater is no good. Aberdeen the rebound.
I think he was looking for contact there on that shot. Didn't get it. Made the shot a little bit more uncomfortable for him.
Noah thought about passing up that three, and he says it looks too tasty, and he knocks it down.
Knocked down a bomb. That was a deep 3 from Trent Noah. Good to see the basketball go through the net for Trent Noah. Get a little bit of confidence built in his game.
His second triple of the night, the Harlan, Kentucky native, back fully healthy tonight and certainly looking like it so far. Pull up 3, no good as Oweh unable to hit it. Cats pushing as they have all night. Aberdeen on a feed from Noah on the way. Too strong. Garrison battling 2 Panthers, can't get the rebound. Cleaned up by Eastern Illinois' Elder. In transition, Oweh throws it away for a moment. Aberdeen comes away with it, reestablishes himself, and now he's in the air. Finishes at the rim.
Showtime. Aberdeen goes upstairs and finishes.
Wait, how about the tap dancing on the sideline, Ravi, to make sure he reestablished himself back in bounds?
Pretty solid footwork there. But more importantly, that was good transition defense. That came off of a transition stop there for Kentucky, where they got the stop, got back, created the turnover to give Aberdeen that opportunity on the break.
Blackwell, a long 2 is off the mark. Garrison, another rebound.
Eastern Illinois is not running their offense as well. They came out of that time at really tough task there by Garrison, a little too tall.
That was a monster throw from Garrison, a little over the head of Cam Williams, but how about this Aberdeen steal?
Yep, had the sense to know he has to reestablish himself inside before touching the ball again. Got back in bounds and then goes upstairs and finishes with authority.
If anything went wrong, he had 2 teammates right behind him.
Oh, Jelavic is going to tell him about himself.
Jelavic and Noah were ready to pounce if anything went awry.
There will be a conversation had about not throwing that one up. I promise you that.
Can't blame him, though, can you?
Nah, you got to go get the showtime when you got your chance, baby.
If I could dunk, I certainly would.
Oh.
But, I can't even get the bottom of the net. 3-pointer on a corner 3, no good, is knocked loose, but picked up on the loose ball by McMorris. Elder has the basket interfered with, and that'll count. And Elder has 8 points for Eastern Illinois.
JT Elder has been an incredibly bright spot for Eastern Illinois.
32-15, Kentucky in control so far here on SECN+. Wildcats in control so far over Eastern Illinois, 32-15. Hader Kappas, Ravi Moss with you. And Ravi, earlier today we were talking about who was going to step up for this Eastern Illinois team. Right now they're going 4-on-4 in practice because most days they only have 8 healthy players. Look at all they're missing tonight. 9 available tonight with JT Elder coming back, making his season debut. He's been a big piece to this puzzle. 13 of the 15 points for the Panthers off the bench.
Off the bench. Coach Simmons has to be incredibly pleased with that. I mean, when you're missing that many guys and you're going 4-on-4 in practice, it's no there's no explaining how much that can affect the team. JT Elder coming out, scoring 8 points is a pleasant surprise for Coach Simmons. And I know he was looking for someone to step up tonight. Elder's is answering the call.
I think Eastern Illinois has done a nice job on Colin Chandler tonight, too. He's not been able to get loose on those threes just yet, although he hasn't tried. He'll try here from distance, and yes, for Colin Chandler.
I think he heard you. I think he heard you, and he said, you know what, I'm going to show I can shoot it a little bit. But no, Eastern Illinois focused on that. They ran through Kentucky's offense and shoot around today, really trying to limit their threes. They know that they have to limit Kentucky's threes if they have a chance. And they've done a good job so far, but like you said, Colin hasn't attempted many yet, so.
He sort of had one attempt earlier, but he had it knocked out of his hands on his way up, and it really wasn't a shot attempt.
Right.
But on his first one, he gets it to go. And how about that swat from Brandon Garrison?
Great help side defense by Brandon Garrison.
Garrison having himself a big night. 6 points, 2 rebounds. That's his first block shot of the night.
Chandler got a little beat off the dribble. Garrison there to clean that up, help his teammate out.
Kentucky on a 16-2 run that Elder's trying to end, but his 3 off the mark. Garrison another rebound. Out to Cam Williams, the Tulane transfer. Now a heat check from Chandler. Off the front of the rim, no good.
Early shot there for Kentucky. Definitely a heat check shot.
Michi White, the Louisville native in transition. Eastern Illinois nearly throws it away. Jacoby's been quiet. Bit surprising here tonight, Robbie. Thought Eastern Illinois was going to rely on him, the Toledo transfer.
Yeah. Jacoby has a tough matchup. He's got a size advantage right here. See if he can take advantage of that. Nope.
His floater left short, cleaned up by Aberdeen. Out to Oweh. Oweh dancing down the lane. His floater blocked off the glass. Out to Chandler. Skip pass to Aberdeen. He'll drive baseline, cut off by 2 defenders. Fights through. Now gets it to Garrison. Garrison, no look pass to Williams. Fakes a drive. Shoots the 3. In and out, no good. Michi White the rebound.
If you watch the shots that Kentucky's getting, they're back to the shots that Mark Pope talked about, maybe not in the flow of the offense.
And Cam Williams wins the ball back for Kentucky.
Great hustle by Cam Williams, making his presence felt.
I mean, what an ultimate compliment, too. We talked about it briefly earlier tonight about how Coach Pope said, yes, he played well in the second half against Louisville on Tuesday, but he was more impressed with how he handled missing his rotation, which for a player means supposed to come in that substitution period, but he didn't for whatever reason that was occurring in that game. Instead of pouting and maybe checking out, he was stayed engaged, and he was ready when his name was called, and he got an extended run because of it in half number 2.
Just an example to all the young basketball players watching. Keep your attitude in check. You never know what's going to happen. You get in the game, you get your opportunity, it's your chance to shine. Cam Williams is a perfect example of that Tuesday. Getting his chance here tonight, getting a little extra time.
Chandler fighting through 4 different defenders on his way through. Gets sent to the baseline floor, but he's fouled. And Chandler will go to the free throw line for a pair.
Was determined to get to the basket there.
Just rumbling and stumbling. 1, 2, 3, then a 4th defender comes in, and then the original defender fouls him. Andrew Austin, the Rock Rapids, Iowa native.
Look at that. That's pretty tough, pretty crafty to get to the basket. Chandler really showed his grit Tuesday night. I think he learned a lot of love and respect from the Kentucky fans in that rivalry. The way that he came, bounced back, making 4 big threes in those runs in the second half.
How about this statistic, Ravi? Four or more three-point field goals made in each of the first 3 games to open the year for Kentucky. That's a program record. Now, I know threes obviously haven't been around for the entire history of Kentucky basketball, but that's still an insane stat.
The program history is plentiful. It's deep and rich, full of tradition. Anytime you can get a record that says your name on it and you're the only one that's ever done it, that means it's something special.
See, when they said he was the only guy to do it, I just thought, well, Ravi never did it?
Yeah,
that was surprising to me. I don't know. Michi White across the timeline.
Couldn't get those shots up with Coach Smith. We got to talk to him about that.
Come on, Tubby. It's a whistle and a foul away from the ball under the basket. Just the second team foul on Kentucky as Trent Noah is going to come back in for Otega Oweh.
Kentucky's played a pretty clean game defensively, playing without fouling, something else that Coach Pope really wants to see this team do. Executing. Eastern Illinois runs a lot of sets, a lot of screens to get over, a lot of talking to and communicating. Kentucky's done a good job handling that so far.
Jacoby swinging it around. Here's Blackwell through a screen on a switch. Dioubate guarding him. He nearly threw it away, but Elder has it. Backing down Garrison, kicking it out. Blackwell passes up the 3. Aberdeen cuts him off, now back out to Elder. Elder picks up his dribble, he's in trouble. 2 seconds to shoot. Elder does not realize it. They're not going to get a shot off. Shot clock violation. That's a great defensive sequence for the Cats.
Suffocating defense for the Cats in a possession where Eastern Illinois moved the ball from side to side. They had the Wildcats moving, but they just could not find an opening or take advantage of any of the small openings that were there. Great defensive possession by Kentucky.
Well, if you're going to give a progress report here tonight, Ravi, on what we heard about what Coach Pope wanted them to work on in practice yesterday and in the game tonight, I think the defensive intensity is at a level that he is, again, he even told Tom Leach, the radio voice of the Cats, that he doesn't like the word satisfied, but I think he might be somewhat satisfied with it so far.
He may be pleasantly satisfied with it, but he's not overly satisfied with it. I promise you that. There's always something you can improve on.
Terry McMorris hits the turnaround shot as he got bumped, but it won't count. They'll wipe it off as the sophomore from Oklahoma City will go to the free throw line after being fouled by Dioubate. Of course, Coach Pope, he knows what it takes to hang one of those 8 banners that currently, well, there's more than that, but in terms of 8 national championship banners that hang above the floor here at Rupp Arena. Team captain on the 1996 team before a lengthy pro career. Turnaround jumper blocked. Dioubate stood his ground there.
Nice block by Mo Dioubate. Great individual one-on-one defense there.
Malachi Moreno with the ball back into the game for the Cats, his second stint out there. Trent Noah on his second stint as well. He's doubled and in some trouble. He's going to jump out, skip past, dangerous. Michi White can't pick it off, and Jasper Johnson comes up with it. 7 to shoot for the Cats. Johnson using a screen, trying to dump it down low to Moreno. He's got 2 smaller defenders on him. Kicks it out to Noah for 3. In and out, no good. Dioubate the rebound. Wild left-handed pass. And I might have gotten tipped, but either way, like a receiver pulling it down without a fair catch is Chandler. Goes backdoor, got it knocked loose. Kind of a frenetic pace, but a wide open Moreno jams it in.
Really good effort, second effort, third effort by Kentucky on that possession. Mo Dioubate getting to the loose ball, kicking it out. Colin Chandler going and getting it. Kentucky playing as hard as they need to, playing with better force tonight than they did Tuesday night against Louisville.
Last time the Cats played on this floor, Malachi Moreno had a double-double, 18 points and 10 rebounds against Valparaiso. As you mentioned earlier, unfairly labeled a project, even as a 5-star freshman coming in. The project is a lot further on. As Jacoby, a turnaround jumper as the shot clock expires. No good. Noah the rebound.
Another solid defensive possession.
It's another shot right at the death of the shot clock.
Exactly, making them use the entire clock, shooting a desperation shot. Ooh, a little whirly-twirly.
Jasper Johnson trying to put his defender into a blender, but gets it knocked out of bounds. Timeout on the floor, Ravi. Malachi Moreno, so fun to watch.
The big fella making his presence felt, getting to the basket, finishing strong, doing what he needs to do to keep the Wildcats on top tonight.
Eastern Illinois preseason poll, the Cats were picked to finish second. A team that's expected to be right there, Alabama. What a start to the year they've had. They won a thriller in Madison Square Garden. Ravi, that was a fun one to watch.
Phenomenal game to watch.
103-96 over number 5 St. John's, but Purdue got them in a tough one. They got out-rebounded at home by 25 the other night. They shot 41 threes in that game. That sounds like a Nate Oates game. But how about Florida the other night? Rivalry game during the Kentucky-Louisville game. The SEC favorite, defending national champion, got by Florida State, who gave them a game. So it's a mixed bag for Florida, much like it is for Kentucky here in the early stages, the two heavy favorites coming into the year for the SEC.
No question. With the exhibition season the way that it was, with all the national powers playing each other, we almost feel like the season is deeper into the season than we really are, you know? So we're 3 games in, but we've seen all these great matchups. But what we saw from Alabama and St. John's and Madison Square Garden was amazing. To see Purdue go in there and physically manhandle them on the offensive rebound, offensive glass, defensive glass was really impressive for Purdue. That's a great win. And Florida's continuing to show why they are picked to win the SEC.
No, I haven't even bought my canned cranberries, which is my lone contribution to the Thanksgiving dinner meal.
How about the ham?
Three-pointer on the way from Jasper, can't bounce in. Dioubate, the rebound, goes right back up with it. He's fouled, and the Alabama transfer, well, speaking of the Tide, will go to the free throw line.
That's it. If you look at the replay on that, you see 2 sets of hands, and they both belong to Kentucky. It's Malachi Moreno and Mo Dioubate. They're up above the rim fighting for their offensive rebound. Again, the size advantage is really taking its toll on Eastern Illinois.
Dioubate, a surprise addition to the transfer portal when he entered in the offseason. He went to the Final Four as a freshman with the Tide, the Elite Eight last year. Was figuring to be a starter for Nate Oates and company, but elected to put his name in the portal. And head coach Mark Pope said in the preseason, I think by the end of the year, Mo Dioubate is going to be Kentucky's, the Kentucky fans' favorite player on this team. Maybe not from Kentucky, I guess would be the one asterisk, as Dioubate makes a pair.
Again, he has the right mindset, the right game style. Struggled a bit Tuesday against Louisville. Didn't play as physically as I expected him to play, but I know that Coach Pope will address that and has addressed that, and in the future we'll see the Mo Dioubate that Kentucky fans will grow to love.
Good pressure by the Cats out front. They have forced some late shots in the shot clock the last handful of possessions down on this end of the floor. Blackwell kicking it around to McMorris. Now Michi White, the Louisville native, wraparound layup, partially altered, and Kentucky cleans up. Out to Aberdeen, 2-on-2. Aberdeen to the rack, floater, no good. Dioubate, the rebound, the putback is in.
Aberdeen attacking the basket is something that Kentucky wants to see. Kentucky really has to get up and down the court, push the ball, something that Jalen Lowe's presence not being there may be missed. However, Denzel Aberdeen did a great job pushing the ball, getting it up on the rim. Didn't make the layup, but still freed it up for Mo Dioubate to get the offensive rebound and finish there.
Cats on a 10-0 run, a 23-2 run if you want to extend it back a little further. White fights through a grab, finds McMorris. McMorris step back from the elbow as the shot clock goes off, hits it. But if you're Mark Pope, I think you say you're okay with that. A buzzer-beating shot that just went in.
Another solid defensive possession. Kentucky has really played stellar defense. Coach Pope really harps on being their gap coverage, making sure that there's a wall. Kentucky's done a great job of building that wall, not giving Eastern Illinois open looks.
Jasper Johnson, a nice job at getting a look for a three in the corner. It was no good, but Moreno cleans it up, and he's got an and one opportunity.
I sound like a broken record, huh? The size advantage inside for Illinois, it's just too much. Malachi Moreno is down there playing volleyball with himself, tipping it, gets it, finishes. Great kick. Mo Dioubate still working on that three, something he's going to continue to try to do, but
well, we talked about it earlier. This is a great opportunity for Jasper Johnson, who may get asked to play some point guard minutes depending on the length of the absence of Jalen Lowe, the Pitt transfer, at that point guard position. And tonight, he's looked pretty good as a distributor. We know he's a scorer. We know he's a shot maker. The big question is, can he defend consistently, and can he find the open man? He's answering that second one with pretty flying colors right now tonight.
Without a doubt. The biggest asterisk and question mark for Jasper Johnson is going to be on the defensive end. Is he going to commit to playing defense the way that he's going to have to play when he gets into the SEC? That's what this coaching staff is waiting to see. That's what he's going to have to showcase in the preseason games. We've got some big ones. Got tonight, and then Tuesday they've got a matchup where we're going to see what he's worth when they play Michigan State in the Garden.
That's going to be a fun one.
Oh,
Champions Classic, usually the first real test for the Cats, but this year it's going to be the second one because of that early Louisville matchup. Trent Noah has got a wide open lane, late defensive rotation, fights through some contact, gets it to roll home.
Really great quick decision there by Trent Noah. Saw he had the advantage, took full advantage, driving the lane fast, getting to the other side of the rim. using the basket for protection and laying it in nicely.
Oweh pulls it out for Eastern Illinois. About a 12, man, I'll call it 11-second difference between the shot and game clock. JT Elders spinning on Cam Williams, finds a back-cutting Michi White, who can't knock down the layup, but he's fouled, goes hard to the floor. And the Louisville Male alum will go to the free throw line.
Good to see him get to the basket, get to the cup. But if we want to go back and talk about Jasper Johnson, that's exactly what the coaching staff is talking about there. Fell asleep on the backdoor cut. Really wasn't paying attention to detail, which is easy to do. You watch the ball when you're a freshman. Jasper Johnson got caught watching the ball. Michi White took advantage, saw the head turn, got to the cup, got fouled, chance to make some free throws.
Now you wonder how familiar Michi White and Jasper Johnson are with each other. Of course, Johnson, you look at the roster, it says overtime elite, but his first 3 years in high school spent at Woodford County High School, not far from Lexington. And of course, Michi White, a mainstay in the 7th region at Male High School in Louisville. Knocks down the free throw there, and White, for a time, was the only starter. In fact, he still is the only starter that has put in a field goal today. 4 points for him.
Not getting much production from the starters.
Cats can hold for the last shot of half number one. 5 seconds to go. Aberdeen with it. Going to try to break his man down. Jacoby on him. Turnaround jumper at the buzzer is left short, but still a very good half for Kentucky, trying to answer the bell after that disappointing loss to their arch rival, the Louisville Cardinals, on Tuesday night. Kentucky showing out here inside Rupp Arena. They shoot 53% in half number one and have built themselves a comfortable 47-19 lead. Halftime here coming up on SECN+. A 28-point lead for Kentucky after 20 minutes of play. They lead 47-19, trying to get on the winning track after their loss on Tuesday night. Eastern Illinois a bit overmatched down low, but 13 of their 19 points off the bench, but we're seeing that size advantage, Ravi, show up in the rebounding battle.
Rebounding battle is 31-10, as you can see. Kentucky dominating the boards, dominating the paint, and as a result have this lead. Eastern Illinois getting a great boost from that bench, something Coach Simmons really wanted to see. He's getting execution from the bench. Unfortunately, missing those starters is really taking away some of their firepower and the sting from that Eastern Illinois offense.
And one thing Marty Simmons talked about at shoot-around today was that you don't necessarily come in to these types of games and say, we feel like we can win. The big thing is you want to see some improvement from your first handful of games, but also some things you can build upon. And I think this bench production is something that you can kind of circle if you're the Panthers and say, okay, we're going to get 2 double-figure scores back, and we're getting this added production that we didn't have in our first 3 games. Kind of build on that as you go towards Ohio Valley Conference play.
Without a doubt. They're not going to see many teams like Kentucky for the rest of the season when they get into the Ohio Valley Conference. Getting this play from TJ Elder in his first game back, he's getting a chance to be the man without the other guys on the court. So it's actually invaluable experience. I hate it that those guys are not going to be able to play in Rupp Arena. This is something a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for mid-major schools. But seeing TJ Elder and the other bench guys step up is really important.
Kentucky 16 three-point attempts in the first half, just 5 of 16. So a number that I'm sure Coach Pope would like to see improve, but Mo Dioubate, the only man in double figures right now, as Oweh is called for a hold on Jacoby, trying to go through the back of him to get a steal.
That's a foul that you're okay with if you're Mark Pope. Oweh is known for getting in the passing lanes. That's what he was trying to do, be aggressive and fight through a screen to get the ball. It's something that he hasn't really got into yet this season. He's still working his way back. He's coming out of being in a boot for a while.
Right.
You know, at the beginning of the season, before Kentucky got started, he was out. And he's still trying to bounce back from that, still trying to find his form.
Yeah, any extended stay in a boot like that, it can kind of be tough to regain that physicality and just the comfort off the bounce. Jacoby got his man in the air. That was Oweh. His shot hits the very front of the rim, cleaned up by Dioubate. They go out in front to Oweh. Takes off and jams it in.
Oweh doing what he does, getting out in transition, finishing at the basket. That's what you really want to see. Again, his conditioning isn't there yet, but it's getting there, and that's a great start. Mo Dioubate gets in the passing lane there.
He's got Oweh out in front. Oweh wanted to go 2 for 2. This time a layup off the glass and in.
This is the pace that Kentucky should play at. We spoke at halftime about the fact that Kentucky doesn't have many points off turnovers. They've created some turnovers, but mostly dead ball turnovers. These are live ball turnovers where they're able to get out in transition and score easy baskets. Oweh has the first 2 dunks or put layups of the second half.
Backdoor pass that Oweh was able to somewhat alter, now on the floor, and a timeout for Eastern Illinois, which is going to bring us to an early timeout as well. 18:39 left in the second half. Kentucky in control. Otega Oweh off to a hot start as the Cats have built up a big lead here in Rupp. Ravi, this is an Eastern Illinois squad that is constructed very big time through the portal. You look, a total of 8 transfers, and they all got there through various means, heavily on the JUCO route. And talking with Marty Simmons, their 5th-year head coach, before the ball game tonight, talking about how JUCO, kind of an area of opportunity right now for these mid-major programs.
A great opportunity for a school like Eastern Illinois to go out and get a veteran guard, somebody that come in and has played an experienced level of basketball. Yes, it may be junior college, but they're still college ready, coming in ready to play Division I basketball at a big-time level.
Yes, normally, prior to the portal, guys that were high-level JUCO players were taking some pretty major Division I offers because they were going to fill that 20-minute off-the-bench role. Well, now with the portal open, a lot of those guys are just going to get more D1 transfers. But look at the Kentucky work in the transfer portal this year. As Dioubate, the Alabama transfer, picks it off, and Johnson pokes it away, saves a dunk. Nice job there as Prince Johnson, the junior from Bennettsville, South Carolina. Speaking of JUCO transfers, he played at Gulf Coast State College, and he prevented a wide open dunk there.
That's it. Kentucky a lot more aggressive in the passing lanes in the second half. You see that by the deflections and the steals they're able to create.
Basically a new shot clock for the Cats off the steal. Give and go as Oweh trying to drive baseline. Fade away. Jumper over 2 defenders is cleaned up by Jacoby. Goes out in front to White. White left-handed layup blocked by Chandler.
Chandler showing off the bounce on the defensive end, getting a big block there.
And now a little too ambitious is Garrison. He had Dioubate on the other end, but it's out of bounds. But how about Colin Chandler trailing White here and timed his jump perfectly, Rob?
Timed it perfectly. We know what he can do when it comes to getting off the floor. He timed his jump perfectly. Got the big block there to start Kentucky on the break. Just a little sloppy in transition.
4th shot block of the night for the Cats defense. Driving down the lane, McMorris laid in the air for a moment, almost suspended from the rafters. His roll not in, but he'll go to the free throw line to try to earn 2.
Really nice athletic ability shown there. Colin Chandler, little overzealous in the passing lane. Allowed the opportunity for straight line drive, get to the cup. Didn't finish, but has a chance to get 2 free throws.
Eastern Illinois just coming off a game that they competed in South Bend, 78-58, a loss against Notre Dame. They're playing here at the number 9 team in the land, but their schedule doesn't get any easier, at least in the non-con, before they go into OVC play. They'll head to West Lafayette, just about an hour and a half northwest of Indianapolis, to take on number 2 Purdue, and then they'll go to Ames, Iowa, to take on Iowa State. That is quite the non-conference slate for the Panthers.
Especially for a team like Eastern Illinois, playing a team that we saw last night. Alabama just got worked by Purdue. Purdue really showed that they are the number 2 team in the country last night.
Aberdeen, a pull-up from the free throw line is good.
Good. Eastern Illinois is going to have their hands full, but a game like this, you want to see execution. This is the time where Coach Pope wants to come out and see Kentucky execute their offense, get into their sets, run their offense smoothly, and that's what they're going to try to see out of the white team here in the second half.
Just 4 points for Aberdeen tonight, and dare I say that's almost a good sign after he scored 26 on Tuesday night. They don't need him to do that every night to be successful. Michi White gets cut off by Aberdeen. He'll find a cutting McMorris, who spins to the basket. Almost a block from Moreno, just a little bit late, and the layup is good for Terry McMorris.
That's a big-time finish by Terry McMorris over Malachi Moreno.
Aberdeen lining up the triple from the corner.
You're seeing the pace that Kentucky wants to play at. They got down the court. They shot that with 26 on the shot clock. Wide open shot. Again, a good shot in rhythm will equal a made shot more often than not for the Kentucky Wildcats.
Aberdeen averaged 8 points a game last year for the national champion Florida Gators. First year in Lexington as Michi White gets cut off at the elbow, kicks it out to Jacoby. Now they'll reset with the Panthers. McMorris driving down the lane, wild pass. Jacoby finds it, his shot in and out, no good. And a whistle and a foul on the floor as the shot clock was winding down. They got the shot from Jacoby, but how about this find from Oweh, a skip pass to Aberdeen?
It starts with the pace. Push the ball ahead. Otega Oweh gets down the court, draws defenders, skips past. Again, an in-rhythm three-point shot is a shot that's going to usually get made by a Division I college basketball player at this level. And Denzel Aberdeen does just that.
You see Aberdeen averaged 5 a game at Florida. That number was climbing. He was at 7.7 in his final year with the Gators when they won the national title last year, but he has stepped into a big role, maybe even bigger than he anticipated, at least with Jalen Lowe's absence, and he has shined for the Cats. And
well, let's not forget, he played behind the best backcourt in the country last year. So it's not like the guy couldn't play.
No.
It's just
they had some good guards on that national title team, as crazy as that sounds.
Exactly. So Denzel's just getting his opportunity to shine, taking full advantage here at Kentucky. Again, team high and career high 26 points last Tuesday against Louisville Cardinals, showing that he can play on both ends.
And Florida was expecting him to move into that starting 5, and like we talked about with Dioubate earlier, a bit surprised when he entered the portal, thought they were going to get him back as Jacoby, that pass went behind him, and he's able to go back and get it. But with the shot clock winding down, his shot errant, and Kentucky will take over.
Really tough night for Jacoby. He's an Eastern Illinois player that's going to be very, very solid in the OVC conference. But again, he's going against Mo Dioubate, Malachi Moreno.
And to have any shot tonight, Eastern Illinois, Ravi, they needed him to be big tonight.
They really did. They really did. But again, undermanned team, it was going to be a long shot anyway, regardless. Just want to see him get going, get some confidence going for the next game when they go to West Lafayette.
And probably a pretty big target on his back as Dioubate slicing through the lane gets the layup.
His big night continues. He's taking full advantage of his matchup.
Dioubate has a dozen, and Kentucky leads by 35, 58-23. Cats are 57% from the floor as Marcus Blackwell gets cut off by Chandler.
Cats are starting to sense blood, smell blood in the water. They're really starting to get in the passing lanes, try to get out and turn Eastern Illinois over.
Blackwell hesitates on the 3, 4 to shoot, floats as he lost control of the basketball. No good. Moreno the rebound. Out front to Aberdeen. Looking for Chandler, who can't finish. Dioubate is there, though, to put it in.
Again, that's what Coach Pope talked about. Kentucky fans will love Dioubate for that right there. Aberdeen wasn't able to connect with Chandler on the lob, but Mo didn't lollygag or watch the play. Got down the court, got the offensive rebound and the putback.
Jacoby, who again is giving up about 6 inches on Moreno, has to back it back out.
Jacoby only 6'7", going against a 7-footer. Really, really hard to ask him to score over top of Malachi Moreno.
McMorris over Chandler, his shot long. Moreno had the rebound and lost it out of bounds. It'll stay with Eastern Illinois when we come back. Kentucky up 60-23 on the Eastern Illinois Panthers here on SECN+. Like so many people in the Commonwealth, for 3 Wildcats on the active roster, this very much is in their blue blood. Jasper Johnson, his dad, played football at Kentucky. Malachi Moreno grew up just outside of Lexington. That was Bam Adebayo's locker, now a star with the Miami Heat, of course. And then Trent Noah, a Harlan, Kentucky native, in the blue and white from a very young age, doing the John Wall there.
Doing the John Wall like all Kentucky kids did back in the day. You gotta love it. Putting on the jersey when you play and you're from Kentucky just means a lot more. Look at these 3 guys walking out on the court. Lifelong dream being fulfilled every time they step on this court in Rupp Arena. Really, really cool to see. Me being a former Wildcat and a Kentucky boy, I know what it means. I love the fact that they're getting able to live out a lifelong dream right now.
When's the last time you did the John Wall?
Oh, unsurprisingly, it's not that long ago.
Okay.
You know, but I do the different version. I do the John Wall Washington Wizards Dougie version.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, give me one of those.
Well, that one's much more difficult.
Oh, yeah.
That one I cannot do.
You got to stretch.
I can do the original blue and white night John Wall version here. I cannot do the Wizards version. Otherwise, I'll be the one with the Achilles injury. You're on your second one, right?
Oh, man, both of them are gone.
Oh, my gosh. Wait, both?
Both of them.
I did not know it was both sides.
Yeah, I like
basketball
my gosh. Too much. I love the game. Love the game.
Oh, boy. That's why we didn't have you out there shooting today.
No question.
Trent Noah cleans that one up. I don't think he's going to do the John Wall in the game as Jelavic steps into a 3. Left it short. Moreno, another rebound, out to Noah, fakes the 3, drives inside, had it knocked loose, but it was a foul that generated that loose ball, and Kentucky will keep it. Noah from Harlan, Kentucky, Went to Harlan County High School. He probably would have been the most prolific player his senior year if it wasn't for his former teammate Travis Perry breaking the state's scoring record. Of course, Perry now at Ole Miss after spending his freshman year as Noah's teammate at UK. Cam Williams is back in for the Cats, the Tulane transfer. Here's Moreno at the elbow. Moreno being doubled, kicks it out to Johnson. Extra pass, finds Cam Williams in the corner. It's good.
One more. That's what you call one more. Malachi with a great skip pass over to Jasper Johnson. Jasper Johnson makes one more pass to Cam Williams for a rhythm three, wide open, that he's going to knock down and make.
First basket of the night for Williams. Also has a couple of assists as Jelavic gets the steal. 2-on-2, out to Johnson. Overran the ball, finds Jelavic. A little lay-in from Andrea.
Jelavic showing the versatility, gets the steal, pushes it on his own, makes the great bounce pass to Johnson, who lost it. Jelavic following the play gets the finish after his hard work to get the steal.
Jelavic with 5 points. Now he's got 4 rebounds as well.
Making his presence felt on both ends. That's what you got to do. You want to get minutes in this Kentucky rotation.
Marcus Blackwell, the freshman from Detroit, getting a good run here tonight. Long three on the way for Austin's no good. Noah mixing it up with Elder, comes away with it. Jelavic is out in front. He wanted it for a moment, but Cats will slow it up. Moreno looking for a handoff. Instead, will dish it off to Jelavic in the corner. Trent Noah finds Jelavic, streaking to the low block. Tried to wrap it around. I think he got caught between 2 guys there, Robbie, as Trent Noah out of nowhere diving through, almost took out his coach.
I think they're looking at a replay.
Coach Pope went back to the bench, or looked back to the bench to ask if it was worth looking at, and they will take a look. So this is an official challenge, and Ravi, this is kind of out of the NBA rule book that coaches have in their back pocket this year. I think it's a neat addition to college basketball.
Definitely a neat addition. Also something you really have to be careful with. If you don't get the challenge, you lose the timeout.
Yep.
And you don't get the challenge later on in the game. So you really want to be sure. You saw Coach Pope look back at the bench and check and say, hey, is this something we should do? Because he knows how valuable that timeout could be. Maybe not in this particular game, but down the road. It's good practice for him. It's still early in the season, and looked like that may have been off.
It's a good call. Trent Noah had a front row seat as he dove down on the ground. That went off the back heel. And after Noah had touched it, he's smiling as he gets up and talks to Coach Pope about it.
After review, the challenge was successful.
Quick challenge.
It will be Kentucky's ball at midcourt with 30 seconds on the shot clock. They will not be charged a timeout, and they keep a challenge.
So there you have it, our officiating crew with a nice review. Those are the kind you like to see. Very snappy and quick. Got it right, and we're ready to go.
When you have a definitive show right there, just like you can see that, it's quick, call it, get it back again, get the game back flowing. That's a fantastic challenge by Coach Pope. A fantastic review by the referees to get in and out of that and get the game back flowing again.
Noah tonight, 8 points, 3 rebounds off the bench. He missed the Valparaiso game with an ankle injury. Was available against Louisville, but did not play, but back fully healthy tonight and showing out in front of his home state. Here's Jasper Johnson, another Kentucky native, out to Jelavic. Thought about the 3, passed it up, 15 to shoot. Skip pass, trying to get the cutting Williams, who stopped his cut. Either way, it's intercepted by Blackwell.
Situation where Jasper Johnson initiated the offense a little bit high out on the court, didn't really get into it. Kentucky had a bit of a out of sorts possession there.
Tip pass as Williams comes up with it, finds Jelavic, and the pass, maybe just a little bit too close quarters, hits the feet of Noah. Eastern Illinois comes up with it. Austin in transition, his 3 no good. Jacoby the rebound. Putback is short, but he'll go to the line for 2 as he's fouled.
First chance for Jacoby to get on the scoreboard, get to the free throw line here, knock a couple down. Try to get a couple buckets here in the second half to get going, get some momentum going into the next game.
Jacoby's first offensive rebound. The foul on Noah, his second. Jacoby, 3 of 7 from the free throw line this year, make it 4 of 8. The Toledo transfer won a couple of MAC championships when he was with the Rockets, but 9 double-doubles last year, so he's getting the rebounds tonight, but now on the board, as you said, in the point category.
Finally scoring, got 1 at least, but 20 points against Notre Dame last time out.
Yeah, he was huge.
Guy can play the game, just struggling tonight.
On the road in South Bend, dropped 20.
Not an easy place to play.
Jasper Johnson, the floater, the wraparound layup, no good, but taken away by Eastern Illinois off the board. In transition, left-handed layup, no good. Williams, the bump, and Terry McMorris will go to the free throw line when we come back. 11:44 left, Kentucky leading by 41 on SECN+. Big experience for Kentucky at their shoot-around today. Matthew Bradford, a 2006 Iraq War veteran, spoke before the team. He is a huge Kentucky fan. Stepped on an IED during the Iraq War in 2006, lost his eyesight in both legs, but delivered an incredible message, Ravi, of positivity. He's doing everything right now. He's running marathons, he's fishing, he's hunting, he's going to college right now. He already has 1 degree, working on his second. Him and his wife have 3 kids. I mean, just a phenomenal story. And the way that these guys were locked in on that conversation, and every single Wildcat, after he was done speaking, individually went up to Matthew Bradford to thank him, and it was just really powerful.
An amazing message given by him. I was fortunate enough to be in that huddle and listen to what he was saying. Re-enlisted after he'd already stepped on that IED and was blind with no legs. Went back and was a Marine after that. Such a big UK fan. He had a UK eyeglass. Just an amazing man that talks about how life is still available no matter what your situation is. And it's just a phenomenal message. The team was so locked in. It was inspirational, just amazing. Makes me think of a young man named Garrison, 11-year-old guy here in Lexington, Kentucky. I know he's watching tonight. He just got a tough diagnosis. We're all praying for him, thinking about him as he's dealing with that, and wish him the best in the future.
Absolutely. Best wishes to Grayson. Get well soon. Is a dunk on the other end from McMorris. 65-26, Kentucky, 28 rather. Kentucky in control. Cam Williams wants his second 3, and he's got it.
Cam Williams is really trying to make his presence felt and bust into this rotation.
He is knocking that door down, don't you think?
He really is. There he is right there in the passing lane, really trying to show on the defensive end he can guard, sit down, and play. And if he does that, he will be able to play.
And do you love how physical he is that far from the basket, right on top of the Rupp Arena logo?
He met the physicality that Louisville brought on Tuesday. One of the only Wildcats that did that. Nice three-point shot there by Austin. Got one to go finally for Eastern Illinois. He's been on a scoring drought for a while. But again, back to Cam Williams. He really matched the intensity and the force that was necessary in the second half. Really sparked that run that Kentucky was able to go on to get back when they were down 18-20.
Jelavic, as he backed away from his man, did not alter the pass and could not meet Jasper Johnson, so he throws it out of bounds.
Again, we talk about Lowe not being in the game, about the flow, about the pace, about the speed, the cuts, everything that's necessary to get into the offense effectively. We need to see that from Jasper Johnson right now.
I was going to say, do you want your point guard seeing a big man in trouble like that? Do you want them to come meet the ball for a handoff?
Exactly. They were trying that. Jasper Johnson was doing his part. He was going to get the ball. It's just a little bit of a miscommunication about where he was going to be to get that. So Jasper's not far off. Johnson is not far off from where he wants to be. It's still a learning process. Again, we're 4 games in. Kentucky's got a lot of hope for him. There's Jacoby getting in the lane and finishing where he usually does.
Nice little floater in the paint to get his first field goal. He's got 3 points.
Yes, sir.
Moreno kicking it to Noah for 3. Noah missed everything. Ball loose on the floor. Cam Williams, guess who, mixing it up. This one's going to be a tie-up and a pile-up as well. The arrow pointing to Kentucky. So Jacoby came in as the leading scorer that was playing tonight. Just the only guy in double figures active, with 2 unable to play, and able to kind of float that one over Noah for his first bucket of the night.
Nothing against Trent Noah, but that's the size player that Jacoby is used to playing against, and probably the size player that he's going to be playing against in the OVC. And you can see by that duck in, strong low, uses butt well, got the position and finished over top. That's what he's usually able to do. He's not able to do that over Malachi Moreno or Mo Dioubate. However, when he gets a mismatch, he can able to finish over Trent Noah. Trent took a tough 3 there.
Yeah, it's in transition too, and I was going to say that we're curious if he might hear about that later, as Aberdeen wants to throw it up for Dioubate. Lost it on the way up, came back down and got it, and then got fouled as he tried to go back up with it.
Aberdeen's like, what is going on, Mo Dioubate? He looked at him, and Mo gave him the finger, and he didn't quite get up there. So had to have a little conversation before that. If I throw the lob, you got to get it, you know what I mean? That's what Denzel's saying. That's my turnover. Go up there and get it, big fella.
Dioubate 14, now 15 points as he makes the first free throw.
Look, they're having that conversation right now.
He's smiling.
If I throw it, you go get it. I'm not going to throw it again. I can shoot that. Denzel did have a shot there, so it's good to see he was being unselfish. Next time he might shoot that.
He's like, give me that assist, man, too, please.
Yeah, stuff in the stats.
2 free throws for Dioubate.
Stuff in the stats. Talk about stuff in the stats. The balance that's shown tonight by this Kentucky roster is also something that is really, really impressive. A lot of guys have scored points. Everybody that's played has scored in this game.
Dioubate came in 5 of 8 from the free throw line. He's 4 of 5 tonight, so that's a statistical improvement for Mo. Granted, everything's still a small sample size as Jacoby, his shot too strong, and a rebound for Dioubate. Dioubate meandering through the lane, beats one man, gets to the second, lays it in.
What a luxury to have your four-man be able to get it off of the glass, bring it all the way up, control dribble, control the tack to the basket, and finish.
And just go downhill at 6'7".
When he's oh, good move.
Jacoby gets blocked by Dioubate, doing it all right now.
That's it, but yeah, when Mo Dioubate can get to his left hand, that's an offensive foul by Garrison, unnecessary offensive foul there by Brandon Garrison. But again, when Mo Dioubate can get downhill to his left hand and finish in the lane, getting it off the glass, comfortable, season opening, takes it, drops the shoulder, gets to the left hand, he's going to make it 95% of the time.
He had an option with Cam Williams in the corner, but I think that's one of those where you say, hey, that's a high percentage shot.
Again, there'll be a lot of discussions in the film session. Hey, man, did you not see me over there? Good shot by Austin. Austin's made 2 threes there. That was a deep one.
The Des Moines Area Community College transfer, one of 5 JUCO transfers on this Eastern Illinois roster, knocking his second triple down.
Getting late, heating up from deep, dropping bombs.
A long 3 from Cam Williams and missed everything. Garrison trying to save it. He does, but out in front, and it's picked up by McMorris. Kentucky has 3 defenders back. Austin gets fouled by Garrison, and Kentucky leading by 36. Kind of a frenetic pace there. That Cats got 3 back to prevent a transition bucket, but still some free throws coming up for the Panthers.
Yeah, not sure about that foul for Garrison there. Austin has made 2 threes, so I understand him getting out and closing out, but reaching there was just unnecessary.
Now, it's early this year, but Austin has yet to attempt a 2-point basket. 3 of 6 tonight from deep. Those were his only 6 field goal attempts, I should say. He had not attempted a 2-point shot coming into tonight. So that remains the same. Garrison, we go under 8 minutes to play. Aberdeen under the basket, fighting through contact, rattles it in.
Kentucky ran a good set there, getting their offensive going. Hit Mo Dioubate in the high post there. Denzel with the back cut. Mo, nice pass to finish.
Aberdeen's got 9 for the Cats. Kick out. Williams got a hand on it, and Cam Williams in the passing lane yet again, earning some more minutes. Kentucky 57% from the floor. They lead Eastern Illinois 74-36 here on SECN+. Lead for Kentucky, Mo Dioubate, Ravi, working on a double-double tonight.
Really making his presence felt down low. He sees the mismatches, he understands the mismatches, and a veteran like himself is going to take full advantage. Coming in tonight, scoring every way possible at the basket, making his free throw opportunities as well. Dioubate really showing and proving why he is so physical and why Kentucky wanted him in the transfer portal.
Season high, 18 points. He's 1 rebound off a double-double. Malachi Moreno, the most recent double-double for the Cats. He had 18 and 10 a week ago tonight against Valpo. And it's good to see Dioubate with a bounce-back game. We mentioned it was a bit surprising to see him play not so well on Tuesday. They needed a big game from him. Didn't get it, but tonight he is back in a big way, and they'll need this type of effort that he has shown tonight on Tuesday when they're in the Garden against Michigan State.
More than anything, Mo Dioubate is going to have to play big on Tuesday. Michigan State plays the same that they played all the time.
Oh, Aberdeen wide open. He's lining it up. Showtime.
Nice 2-hand, soft flush, just elevating nice and easy.
Aberdeen in double figures now. He's got 11. But you're right about Michigan State. Watch that game that they played with Arkansas a couple weeks back. And Arkansas's got a lot of talent. Michigan State did not I think they only attempted 2 threes in that game,
Yeah.
but still won the ball game.
They are a physical basketball team. I'll always remember Tom Izzo in the football pads at practice. Michigan State, always a physical. Oweh attacking the basket.
Oweh will get to the free throw line. And of course, Michigan State and Kentucky have had some fun run-ins over the years as we take another look at this Aberdeen steal, and nobody left, and he just wanted to make sure he could stick the landing.
Miscommunication on the Eastern Illinois part. Aberdeen wanted to go ahead and touch his neck with that one. 2 hands.
You know, whenever I think Kentucky, Michigan State, Ravi, I think of that, was it 2005, the Elite Eight, where, were you on that team?
Yes, I was on that team. Unfortunately, we suffered that defeat in double overtime in Austin, Texas.
It's like one of those things where it reminds me of like the 75 World Series for the Reds. Everybody remembers Carlton Fisk's homer in Game 6, but they don't remember that the Reds won in 7.
Yeah.
Something similar to that. The most memorable shot was made by the team that didn't win. As you look at the upcoming slate for Kentucky, doesn't get much easier. That December schedule juicy for the Cats. They got North Carolina and Indiana here in this building. They got Gonzaga in Nashville as Austin takes his first 2-point shot of the year and drills it.
Austin has gotten comfortable here in Rupp Arena. Really doing a good job scoring, looks comfortable. Coach Marty Simmons has to be happy with what he's seen from both Austin and JT Elder.
Aberdeen on a 3-pointer. A little bit long. Diabate's got his double-double. He's
double.
going back up and in. 20 and 10 from Dioubate.
Doing what he does. It's impressive.
He's 6'7", but sometimes he can play like he's 7 feet tall, but he can also play like he's 6 feet tall and running the point for you. Really versatile.
Very versatile. We saw that when he brought the ball off the court, got to the basket and handled it. It's just a luxury to have a guy, a veteran guy like Mo Diabate on this team.
And a guy that's been there before, too. What type of experience, how valuable is that, especially for the younger guys, the 3 freshmen? He played a Final Four his freshman year, Elite Eight last year.
Play. It's a 1-and-1, guys.
Garrison, oh boy, miscommunication there as the Cats, as you said, half knew what were going on, the other half didn't, and Eastern Illinois able to get that off the steal.
That's what, when you're not locked in, you know what happens, you go to the bench.
And
all
all
guys.
5 of them. It's like hockey.
Yes.
As Oweh gets fouled on the way up, he's going to be the only one that stays out there when the horn sounds because he'll be at the free throw line.
And he will be leaving as soon as he makes his free throw.
Coach Pope not happy despite his team being up 40 points. And that goes back to his pregame comments when Tom Leach, the radio voice of the Cats, asked something about was he satisfied with, and he interrupted Tom and said, Tom, I'm never going to say yes if you ask me if I'm satisfied with anything.
Not at all. Not at all.
And 5 new players on the line there to come in will tell you exactly that, even though the Cats are up 40. So 5 new ones come in.
Up 40, but that's a mental breakdown that you just can't have. Brandon Garrison is a starter on this basketball team. Coach Pope's probably upset by the foul. Brandon Garrison had another silly foul. It's his 3rd, maybe not so smart foul of this game. Puts them on the line and then doesn't even realize that it's a 1-on-1 situation. Turns it over. That's enough to get your whole team taken out.
And that's, you know, continuing to be a theme right now for the Cats as Oweh makes the free throw and he'll check out for Trent Noah. Turnovers, they had 20 of them, Ravi, on Tuesday night, which led to a lot of Louisville points. Eastern Illinois hasn't converted a bunch of points, at least per turnover, but you still turn it over 13 times, and there's still 5.5 minutes left. I know Coach Pope's not going to love that number.
You really need to keep your turnovers under 10 a game. 10 is a lot, but under 10 is acceptable. In a game like this, you should not have more than 10 turnovers.
Cats have turned Eastern Illinois over 11 times, leading to 13 points. Panthers have 16 points off Wildcat miscues. McMorris down the lane, had it knocked loose, and he got fouled on the way through. A couple of guys were in the zip code. Let's see who they tagged the foul on.
I think they got Jasper Johnson on that foul. Yep.
5:10 to play. Kentucky up 42. This will be the 11th and 12th trip to the line for Eastern Illinois. How about 60 attempts, Ravi, in their first 2 games against Valpo and Nichols. A little bit more limited the last 2 times out against Notre Dame and Kentucky, but maybe similar-sized teams like Valpo and Nichols, boy, they are feasting at the line.
Yeah, they get to the basket. A lot of that has to do with Jacoby. Again, we saw him ducking. We saw the power that he has inside when he's playing against guys that are his size. So he's going to get to the foul line. Eastern Illinois will get to the foul line, attacking the basket. Usually convert.
Missed the first. Second one rattles home for McMorris, who is now 11 out of 14 on the year at the free throw line. Kentucky in front by 41. 5 minutes to go here. Jasper Johnson on a feed from Noah. Down the lane, wrapping around and rattles it home.
He's so good at playing at that pace. Even in the post at his size, because he plays with it at that pace and keeps his dribble alive, he can get to that left hand. So crafty scoring.
Have you liked what you've seen overall, at least in a big picture from Jasper tonight
Overall,
in an extended role?
Without a doubt. Jasper Johnson can play the game of basketball at a high level.
Jacoby knocking down a triple.
Got to the triple. He can play at a high level, but the pace, just like right now, you see him dribbling it up, stops still in the logo area. He's got to get down, get to the hash mark, play a little bit faster, move a little bit faster if Kentucky's really going to play at a high level. Jalen Lowe did an extremely good job of getting the ball up the court with pace and getting Kentucky in the early offense, getting easier baskets, getting open looks. Yes, we're getting open looks at the basket, but a lot of that is due to our size advantage. In the future, Tuesday night, Jasper Johnson's going to have to get down the court, get them set up, play, make passes on time, on target. Cam Williams fell asleep there. Great dunk.
Oh, what a backdoor
Way
pass.
to go upstairs.
Finding Terry
there.
McMorris.
And that's more what Jasper Johnson has to do. Get up and down the court, push the ball ahead, make the pass ahead, and put pressure on defenses.
Timeout or call away from the play. Either way, a stoppage. We'll take a timeout as well. 3:38 left in the second half. Kentucky leading by 42. Eastern Illinois trying to hang around here, though, as Kentucky looking to improve to 3-1. McMorris keeping the Panthers at least on their feet a bit. Kentucky leading by 42 over Eastern Illinois, 88-46. Ravi, 10 Wildcats have played. They have all scored. They all have field goals. 9 of the 10 have more than one field goal. Just a balanced overall great effort tonight.
Very, very balanced attack by Kentucky, showing their depth. 10 guys played, 9 guys over 5 points. Goes to show that anybody can score on this team. Also goes to show that they're willing to share the basketball. Something that you really, really have to be pleased with if you're Mark Pope and this Kentucky coaching staff.
Something to build upon for Eastern Illinois. They have nearly doubled their shooting effort in the second half. They shot just 24% in the first half. They're just shy of 50 here in half number 2.
When you're Eastern Illinois, you play a team like Kentucky, it takes a half to get used to the length, the size, the physicality of a team like Kentucky. You saw that with the 24% shooting in the first half. They've come out in the second half. They played a little bit more established, a little bit more physical, have taken some punches, and have punched back just a little bit and enough to give Coach Marty Simmons something to grow on and to walk away here with your head held high and a little bit of momentum going into Purdue. It's a nice set play out of that. Jacoby didn't make it, but that's a really, really good set.
They got him a good
play.
look.
Yes. Look at
out in front, Moreno on a jam as he ran forward and beat everybody down the floor.
That's a 7-footer running the court and being the first man down the court. It's also great because Andrew Jelavic was just right behind him. So those are Kentucky's 2 bigs getting out in transition. Jasper Johnson looking ahead for the pass ahead. Really, really good transition offense by Kentucky.
It's another game in double figures for Moreno. He's got 11. Is fouled on the 3-point attempt is Andrew Austin. And the Iowa native will go to the free throw line for 3,
okay.
Robbie.
Austin got a little bit of extra on that. Not sure if that was really a foul, but he drew it. Had the body language enough at the end to get to the line to get 3 shots. Had 3 more than the tackle.
First free throw, no good. Austin out of Rock Rapids, Iowa. Went to Des Moines Area Community College. Hadn't attempted a 2-point shot all year until he sunk a long 2 just a few possessions ago. Averaged 12.6 rebounds a game at the JUCO ranks last year.
He's got 12 tonight.
90-47, Kentucky in control. Mo Dioubate will steal some of the headlines tonight. He's got a double-double, 20 and 11, but one of 3 players for the Cats in double figures. Make that 4. But you also have Jelavic with 9, Trent Noah with 8, Garrison 6. I mean, it's just been a real balanced effort, spearheaded by the Alabama transfer Dioubate.
Everybody in on the action tonight.
There's a tip, and nearly stealing it is Oweh, who has not played a lot in this second half, but nearly had a steal there in front of Jasper Johnson.
Yeah, and we haven't seen JT Elder a lot in the second half. I wonder if it's a minutes restriction type deal.
You have to wonder that because Elder did not play in any of the first 3 games for Eastern Illinois as Jasper Johnson steps into a triple.
That's what he does. Pity pat outside, sees the mismatch, step back 3. I've seen that a lot.
Sometimes you got to rub your eyes and be like, is that Rob Dillingham? I mean, his game is so similar in some aspects of it.
He's lefty, but maybe not as shifty as Rob with the shifts, but very, very close.
Both out of overtime elite as well, as the turnaround jumper from Austin is no good. He heard us talking about his 2-point shooting, and that's another one inside the paint. Give and go there. Jasper thought about the 3, instead drives. Jasper, a floater, laying it up for Jelavic, who jams it in.
That is such good basketball. And again, you see just how dangerous Jasper Johnson is off of a high screen and roll. He got the high screen from Brandon Garrison, picked and probed, got through left hand over the top to Jelavic for the finish. Great basketball by Kentucky there.
A foul on the other end. But how about Jasper Johnson stuffing the stat sheet tonight, Robbie? 8 points, 5 rebounds, but 7 assists, I think is what Mark Pope is going to be most excited about.
That's what the coaching staff wants to see out of Jasper Johnson. They know he can do all of this. He can shoot the 3. He can get to the lane, but tossing it up and finding Jelavic for the lob, that's what you want to see out of Jasper Johnson. That's how he's going to be able to affect this Kentucky basketball team the most going into this tough non-conference schedule as we get into December.
Johnson will probably check out for the remainder of the game, as will Noah, Jelavic, and Cam Williams. Did you see enough tonight from Jasper Johnson to feel comfortable with him handling point guard duties, especially Tuesday night against Michigan State, but going forward, depending on how long that layoff may be for Jalen Lowe?
You know, it honestly doesn't matter. Jasper's going to have to play the 1 with Jalen Lowe if Jalen Lowe's going to be out, especially for an extended amount of time. We don't know how long Jalen Lowe's going to be out, but Jasper Johnson is going to get some invaluable experience on Tuesday night at the 1. Really looking forward to see how he handles the pressure, how he handles the bright lights. I know he's going to be able to shine, but can he get this basketball team going, moving, and in motion the way that they need to in order to play and function at a high level against a very, very good Michigan State basketball team?
Dioubate is slow to get up, but he's got a big smile on his face while he lays down in the paint, so no issue there.
I know what that is. Sometimes, you know, you guys take a fall late in the game. They got to milk it a little bit. They're like, hold on, let me get a little TV time. Let me get a little TV shine, and that's what he did there.
Well, he's got a double-double, so
oh, yeah, that's part of it.
He's going to get some TV time here in just a few minutes. 20 points, 11 rebounds for Dioubate. He saves a steal there. Garrison at the elbow, trying to hand it off to Aberdeen. Oh, what a no-look handoff, and Aberdeen drains it.
You might wonder why Coach Pope has his starters in the game right now, and that's exactly why. Because they blew that opportunity earlier when they didn't have the right necessary focus on the screen, and you hear the crowd.
Oh, the people are hungry
responding.
for Walker Horn and Zach Tao, who have come up off the bench, and I think they're going to get a stoppage and play after that bucket. Walker Horn, the son of Darren Horn, head coach of Northern Kentucky University, former South Carolina Gamecock coach, and also Zach Tao, the senior from Madisonville, as Travis Ford said last week, his hometown, alma mater as well. Let's see if the Cats can get them involved on the offense.
They better get him a shot up
here tonight. The student crowd wants it.
Oh, yeah. They want a honey bun. We're 3 away from a honey bun, so.
Does that apply to us as well? I would like a free honey bun. Oweh fakes the 3, 15 to shoot. Oweh to the rack, lays it in. He had Walker Horn wide open in the corner. Wide open in the corner, Robbie.
What are we doing?
99-52, Cats lead. 10-second difference between shot and game clock. McMorris wants to go to the rack, his layup short, but he's fouled, and he'll go to the line for 2. Shot clock will turn off. More than likely, the Cats will dribble it out, but stay tuned. We'll wait and see if maybe we get a Walker Horn first.
I tell you what, Otega Oweh is going to have to answer some questions when he goes to the locker room. He knows it. Right now, he's over there apologizing right now, saying, hey, man, my bad. I probably, yeah. Walker's like, yeah, pass the ball, bro.
One of the cooler responsibilities is, and you see it, and fans don't see it, is Walker Horn, one of the first guys to come out during shoot-around. Him and Cody Feger were out today working through the scout before guys came out, because he's obviously going to play on that scout team.
What walk-ons do is vital to the success of any major program. They run the scout team. They have to know the team's offense. They're on the bench shouting out plays before the plays are run. And as you hear,
they're insatiable. They say, Walker, shoot the basketball, please. Walker's like, all right, I'll give you something. From the logo, Walker. Oh, a little long. It's no good, and that will expire the clock tonight as the Cats fall one shy of a hundo, but they win in convincing fashion, bouncing back from that Louisville setback, 99-53. Mark Pope, Robbie, now 11-2 as Kentucky's head coach following a loss.
Yep, Coach Pope coached them up. They had a pretty tough practice on Wednesday. Yesterday, focused on the things that they needed to, transition defense, making sure that they're blocking things up, building a white wall, staying in the gaps defensively. They were able to do that, holding Illinois to a very, very low percentage tonight, 32% from the field. Coach Pope has to be excited about that, happy with that defensive presence, as well as putting up 99 points. Good offensively. Without Jalen Lowe, the Cats were still able to put up almost a honey bun and secure this victory tonight.
Dioubate, a double-double tonight. He will join us here shortly courtside. Season high 20 points, 11 boards as well for the Alabama transfer. He was doing it all, especially down low, using that big 6'7" frame for Dioubate. And Robbie, he had a lot of success going up against pretty much anybody that Eastern Illinois threw against him.
They threw everybody at him. He did everything that he needed to do. Getting offensive rebounds, posting up, getting it off the glass, going coast to coast, scoring. He did it in every facet of the game. Really, really did a solid job. Big double-double, 20 and 10 night for Mo Dioubate. And as he comes and joins us.
Yeah, look at that rebounding margin. Mo Dioubate, a big reason why. Cats out-rebound Eastern Illinois 49-16 as Mo Dioubate, after a hard-working night at the office, joins us here courtside. Mo, how big was it for this team to bounce back the way that they did tonight after what happened on Tuesday?
I think it was a very important game for us to try to figure out what we got to work on a lot. Coach told us after the game versus Louisville, we got a lot of things to work on. And this game is more so a game us versus ourselves, So we just came out tonight and just try to work on the things we got to work on.
You said it exactly right. This is a game where you guys were overmatched, had a little more talent than Eastern Illinois, knew that coming in. What was something that you were trying to focus on personally going into this game tonight?
Just trying to be a vocal leader, try to get my team going. Last game we struggled defensively, so me being one of the defensive guys on the team, I told the guys we got to come out and play defense today, and the offense is going to take care of itself.
Without that,
what was the message in the locker room? You're a guy that played in a Final Four your freshman year at Alabama, an Elite Eight last year with the Tide. Yeah. It's a loss that you weren't happy about, but it's the third game of the year. It's November. How is that message conveyed by a veteran like yourself?
I told the guys, just keep our heads up. You know what I'm saying? We got to go through some kind of adversity to be great. So we just got to go back and practice and, come back the next day prepared. It's just a game. It's not a loss. It's a lesson. And that's what we did today. We came out and played very hard.
Mo, a double-double tonight. Congrats on it, and enjoy this one. We'll see you Tuesday night inside the Garden at the Champions Classic.
Yes, sir. See you there.
20 points, 11 rebounds for Mo Dioubate. Big thanks to him for stopping by here courtside at Rupp Arena as Kentucky wins big tonight, 99-53, 61% from the floor, en route to their third victory of the year. Cats got a big one coming up. They'll take on number 17 Michigan State inside Madison Square Garden on Tuesday night on ESPN. For Daniel and Robbie, I'm Andrew saying thanks for joining us here from Rupp on SECN+.